Sit back and get ready to have the most fun you ever had with an electronic device.
All right, everybody, welcome out to the Get On With It Sports Show. It is Wednesday, December the 20th, 2023. Jersey Johnny coming at you with me, as always, is none other than Mr. RadioPete and Mr. Harry Lug Nutz. Say hello, gentlemen.
Hello.
Yo.
What is up? 5 days before Christmas, 4 days before Christmas Eve, 3 days before Festivus. 6 days before that other holiday you mentioned before in the pregame from Gozer or whatever it was.
Gozerville.
Gozer.
Goats of Gozer.
Yeah. And when was the Boxing Day? Same thing. And there's a Swifty holiday coming up too, I think, somewhere in there. But anyway. Swiftmas. That's it.
Yes.
Swiftmas. It's when everybody gets out their Swifters and
That's right.
walk around the house and clean dust. And yeah.
It's where you get berated for saying anything obviously true about Taylor Swift by the women in your life.
This is very, very true. But on that note, we'll digress. How are you guys doing leading up to that big holidays here?
I'm not doing as well as Taylor Swift, but
who is really?
Yeah.
Travis Kelce is not doing as well as Taylor Swift.
I'm all right, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Peter, yourself?
Yeah, just ready for it to all be over.
Your life or the holidays?
Yeah, first one, then the other. It doesn't really matter which order. Either way, it's fine.
It'll be over. It's all.
One would be, the one way would
just
be slightly
waiting
less
for it
expensive
all
for me.
to be over.
I have had
the Mets and Jets fan.
enough. I have had enough. No,
Mets, Jets, and Nets fan.
Right.
It's
yeah.
For it to be over.
The poor choice is all there. Just.
But you are also, your NFC team is the Cowboys, so at least you have that until January usually.
Yeah.
Right.
That's like the guy who's hanging from the cliff, and then there's that his hand, and then it's 3 fingers and 2 fingers, and then 1 finger. That's the
Cowboys are kind of like the Milwaukee Brewers of football, but with a much better marketing team.
Right.
Exactly. Like they're good every year. Every year they're good. And
you can enjoy them for right up until close to the end.
Right. And just right up there, and it's
every year.
You gotta love that. Well,
I'm gonna start calling the Brewers America's team.
That may work. We'll try. All right. Want to kick it off with some funny memes? This holiday show, folks. This is our last show before 2024. All right, we will not be doing a show next week.
End of year show.
So we're just doing a little. It's the fun show, as we normally call it, and we're just doing a little more of a holiday kind of themed. So sit back and enjoy. But it's the last one before a holiday show. Here we go. So let's get off with some funny memes. These memes are not holiday related. I couldn't find any really good holiday related funny signs. So
that seems wrong.
I know. I tried. I did. I really did. But sorry for this one. Okay. So for the first one, I'll set it up. Spacing is important. Okay. Spacing is always important. And remember the line from Jerry Maguire, "You had me at hello"?
No.
Yeah.
All right. Then there's this is a ball cap. Here we go. "You had meat coffee." So now it's.
I have had meat coffee. It's tasty.
Isn't that the whole paleo diet? You you put a pork chop in your coffee in the morning.
Right.
Yeah, you actually strain it through ground beef.
But even if they're telling you actually had meat coffee, right? Why are they saying it's the cap that you wear, and people that read it say you had meat coffee?
Yeah.
Okay. Not I had meat coffee, or I enjoy meat coffee, or get yourself a steaming cup of meat coffee.
It's a good way of getting people to say no, I didn't.
No, I didn't.
Well, I mean, the other way is it could say, I had yoked coffee. I had you at coffee.
I had you at coffee, right? I had yoked coffee.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I guess it would be yoked. Y-O-U-A-T. Yeah.
Meat
Yoked.
Coffee, the official sponsor of the Joe Rogan Experience.
There you go. There you go. All right, moving on
You
to the
haven't
next.
had coffee unless it's been strained through the testicles of an elk you've wrestled to the ground yourself.
Right, exactly.
Coffee.
That's coffee.
And then bored to death with conspiracy theory talk.
Yeah, exactly. So next one up.
But you just can't quite stay awake during
You
the
just can't stay
Jordan
awake.
Peterson 2-hour interview.
Exactly. But all right, second one.
I
Next
don't know,
one.
John. I think that's a collab waiting to happen. The Meat Coffee IPA.
Meat Coffee IPA. Meat Coffee Stout.
There you go.
There you
Porter.
go. Porter. Meat Coffee Porter. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Next one. We can work on that. Next one up. This is interesting. I found it. Optical restrooms.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. I mean, but it begs the question: are they for crying?
You just stand at the urinal and the person next to you goes, "Better now." How about now?
Maybe, yeah, it's like this is a who does a urologist.
A urologist.
Office. So they have a little thing you load up in, and then they click better flow, worse, better flow, better flow or worse. About the same.
Yeah, about the same. How about this one?
It's called the proctometrist.
Proctometrist.
There
Proctometrist. I like that. There you go. Yeah. Urometrist. There you go. All right, next one up. Shrimp bowels.
That's what you actually get a lot with shrimps.
Shrimp bowels.
And lemon wedge. They threw in, I was going to say, I would only go $9, but with the lemon wedge in there.
The lemon wedge and the cocktail sauce, $10 is a good deal.
I'll go 10.
Yeah, with the price of lemons these days, that's
price of wedges.
The one without the bowels, though, that costs like $15.
No, they're $15, $16. Yeah, they're a little
fine. Just the bowels that they took out of the shrimp.
Yeah. Right, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Shrimp bowels.
It's a bargain.
It's a bargain. It's cheap. Cheap at half the price.
For the cocktail sauce and the lemon alone, it's worth it. And the bowels are a little bonus.
Nice little delicacy. Good to eat. You have especially holidays, people coming over, parties, cocktail parties.
Yeah.
Serve a couple shrimp bowels with some cocktail sauce and lemon wedge.
Dip your bowels in the cocktail sauce and have yourself a party.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. It's nothing. It's a party. That's all that matters. All right.
Throw your car keys in a bowl.
Yeah.
Throw
your bowels in the hot sauce, and off you go.
And head directly to the proctometrist.
Proctometrist. Anyway. All right, proctometrist. Next one up, we got spicy anger hair with Asiago.
Yeah, well, that's
I mean, I've had angry hair before. I know what it's about, but I mean, more so it's a woman thing. But I've experienced it from time to time. But completely different than opposite from angel hair. Anger hair.
Anger hair is what you find on the pillow of Macho Man Savage every morning.
You know what's interesting about this is if you look at a keyboard, the R and the L are not even close to each other. Like, this can't be a simple typo.
No.
Well, they're all spiced. They're all spiced. They're all spaced about the same. Even the with Asiago.
What?
No, I'm saying on the keyboard, the R and the L are not close.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I thought you were. I looked up. I thought you were talking about the spacing of the letters. No, the R and the L are not close. No, the R and
it's like that's a translation.
That's a you know what that is? That's an autocorrect problem.
Oh, that could be.
Probably typed a J instead of an L, and R came
what
up.
Stupid library has ever heard of anger hair?
Anger hair
doesn't exist. You'd think it would go for the most logical.
Gotta love it. All right. Moving to the next one. That was pretty good. Then we got this one. This is funny. Culver's French frozen custard and butter burgers. Try our shrimp turtle cheesecake.
Yeah, a lot of shrimp teams today.
Well, shrimp themes, yeah. Shrimp turtle cheesecake. I've had shrimp. I've had cheesecake. I've never had turtle. I've certainly never had shrimp turtle cheesecake.
Yeah.
Well,
they must live close to the ocean.
Let's break this down because I feel like there's a couple of possibilities here.
Go for it.
Is it just a small turtle?
Yeah, are they talking about a small turtle, or are they talking about a species of turtle, which is probably small, known as the shrimp turtle?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Try our new shrimp turtle cheesecake.
Do they just mean a small turtle? Do they mean a cheesecake made with shrimp and turtle?
Right.
Do a small turtle, a certain type of turtle known as the shrimp turtle?
No, but let me just, even if the
is the cheese? Maybe the cheese is shrimp turtle cheese.
Oh, maybe that's true.
That there's many options here.
Like smoked provolone cheesecake.
Yeah, I would
shrimp
need
turtle
more
cheesecake.
It could be shrimp turtle cheese.
Interesting.
Which is made of God knows what.
I don't even want to ask, but possibly. Yeah. What were you going to say, Harry?
Well, I mean, obviously this is on two lines, and we all know what the real marketing is here. But even if I was just to read this, I'm not going to go and try the shrimp at Culver's, which is known for their frozen custard and
butter burgers.
Their butter burgers. Yeah. Now, is a butter burger just a slab of butter on a bun?
No.
Is it like some butter in the form of
it's
a burger?
A burger. You know how you braise a steak in a
what
pan with butter?
I know what it is.
Yes. Slab of butter on a bun. Butter burger. That's a good idea. And if you fry it, though, the butter, really soaks into the bread really good. So.
Yes.
Anyway, all right, moving on. More food themed ones. Here we go. Zone Cafe notice. Please don't douche.
Yeah, it's a good. I mean, it's not a bad. It's too bad you have to remind people of that, but
that's just good, solid life advice, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, are they saying, please don't douche, or please don't douche? They're calling you a douche. Yeah. Please don't.
Don't douche.
Well, yeah. It seems like the douche belongs to don't.
Right.
Is that a possessive don'ts?
It's don't douche.
So please, what the don't douche? Please don't touch it. Please don't eat it.
I mean, it's obviously supposed to be. Please don't touch. But somewhere along the way, I wonder if they got the Asian symbols correct. We'll never know.
We'll never know.
What language is that? Do you think?
I don't know.
I'm
not sure. It is pretty fancy.
The one right above the notice and douche looks like a couple that's pregnant.
Yeah, it does.
The one also has a concrete block for a head. It's kind of interesting.
Or the one, or it's a guy lifting a cinder block over a shelf with a TV underneath it. Is what I'm getting.
Okay.
Looks like a building being built to me.
It looks like a guy and a gal, and she's holding on for dear life because she's pregnant.
Looks like a guy named
little person.
Looks like a guy named Don't holding up his douche.
There you go.
She's the most pregnant person in the world, and they're about to drop a cinder block on her baby.
No, I think the baby is a cinder block. So her head. And the baby,
okay.
You can tell the baby looks just like her.
That's true. That's true.
Well,
actually, it's got a good mix of the two of them.
Well, the baby's head looks like the dad's body.
Right.
Yeah. So who knows?
That's
what you get for eating that fucking shrimp turtle cheesecake.
Yeah, that's what happens when you have shrimp turtle cheesecake.
Exactly. Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on to the next one. I thought it was good. Next one is right here. Fresh crap.
Yeah. They lowered the price. You could tell they started at $8.99, and they were like, "Yeah,
it wasn't moving well enough, so they moved it down to $7.99." Yeah. You think it was $8.99?
You gotta get it fresh. That's
if you're gonna order crap, you gotta get a fresh.
Yeah,
you gotta get a fresh piece of crap.
You don't want that frozen stuff.
You don't want frozen crap.
It's a high labor. It's labor intensive.
It really is. I mean, you don't want
Yeah.
crap that's been sitting around for weeks.
No.
That's stale.
No. I mean, it's not easy to produce a pound of crap.
No.
I mean, you could just change.
Probably more than one person working
You
on
could
that.
just change the name of Walmart to Fresh Crap.
That's true. and the Walmart symbol is in there, if I'm not
Yes, it is.
mistaken, right after the
Yes.
pound symbol.
It's the sign of the large corporation beheading the small retailer.
Yes, that's what it is. Yeah. All right, moving on to the next one. We have a couple of meals here. One of them is meat fried cat ear / the plate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the other one is fries pulls out the rotten child.
Yeah. I mean, that's a hard choice.
And
I
they're
think
both-
I'm gonna.
And they're both
I think
15.
If
I don't
it
know, is that
wasn't a
yen?
rotten child,
Is
I
that
would.
yen?
You know, I think I'm gonna go try the cat ear. But
Cat
I've heard rotten children are pretty tasty.
Well, when the fries
What would
pull
these
them out.
actually? What are these actually supposed to say here?
I don't know.
I think it's cat's ear and fries for the rotten child.
The plate, but the plate above the cat ear looks more like fries, and the plate above the rotten child looks more like cat ear.
It all depends on how you slice up the cat ears. you know?
That's true. That's true. That's true.
It's a lot of cats, but
That's
it is
a lot
an
of
Asian
cat-
restaurant.
The same price either or. So you're
Fries
fine either way.
pulls out the rotten child.
Mhm.
Sounds like almost like an old Irish poem. Oh, the fries pulls out the rotten child. Meat fried cat ear, the plate.
Every year when the moon grows green,
The rotten child pulls out the fries.
fries pulls out the rotten child.
And may your meat fried cat ear find a way to your plate.
Gotta love it. All right.
Worcester.
That one I think is unique because I can't even
Can't even figure out what the hell it's supposed
what
to
it's
mean.
supposed to mean. Yeah.
Exactly.
Jimmy,
Gotta
can
love
you
it.
send that to our Asian interpreter expert?
Jimmy,
and,
Jimmy, get on that, please.
See what it's supposed to say.
Exactly. A couple more left. This one is interesting. I found poisonous and evil rubbish.
Mm-hmm.
So all your poisonous and evil rubbish go in that.
I notice there's a theme of things that don't necessarily translate from, I'm guessing, Mandarin, or that's not Japanese. I'm guessing it's some Mandarin to English, but maybe that's
quite possible.
Yeah.
All right. And
At least they know what to do with their poison.
well, at least they're getting.
What if
rid of
it's
bad
just one or
stuff,
the
right?
other though?
Poison. Well, it's poisonous.
What if
and
you're like,
evil
well,
rubbish.
this rubbish is definitely evil, but it's not
Not
poison.
poisonous,
Yeah.
right? So
And
can't
There
put
a
it in there.
separate bin.
Oh, so it has to be. So
One man's rubbish is another man's rotten child.
That's true. That is true.
Or
But
cat's ear.
that does beg the question: does it have to be both poisonous and evil, or
Yeah.
can it be one or the other?
Yeah.
I mean, I think a lot of times there's crossover.
That's true. That's true. All right, and then we'll wrap it up with it's a new company on the market, trading company. It's called the Fook Hing Trading Company.
Mm.
Fuking.
The Fuking Trading Company.
Yeah,
It's
that's
been established since.
It looks like
19
It looks like 1967. It looks like
60 something. Yeah.
established since.
Since then.
Yeah.
So
Somewhere since.
I mean, it's not
was
finished being established. We've been working on it since 1967.
It's
Any day now,
It's fuking
we're going to be
hard.
established.
It's fucking hard to establish a trading company. So
Yeah.
anyway, so there you go. There's the
Yeah, I think that's one of those things where like some nebbishy underling was pestering the finance guy who was having trouble getting the thing fully established. And he's like, what are we going to call it? What are we going to call it? And he said, I don't care what you call the fucking trading company.
fucking trading
The
company.
name. Fuking.
Fuking Trading Company. There you
We're not
go.
going to call it anything. We might as well
You-
call
you-
it the Fuking.
They could have made it
Trading
Fu
company.
King, Fooking, the Fu King Trading
Fu King would have
yeah,
worked.
that could be spacing too.
Fu King.
Or the
Well, no, because
Fukin G.
it's not
Fighters.
exactly
company.
true because there is the H in there.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, KHING.
That's right. There is that one area that always adds the H after the K.
King.
Fu King. It's like wheat, like wheat. Right. Anyway, all right.
Wheat always has an H.
Wheat always says no, but pronounce it with the H. Wheat. So anyway, all right. Let's kick this sucker off. Not that we haven't already. With a couple of holidays.
Already passed the highlights.
We got our just a quickie. Let's do our just a quickie.
Time to wrap it up now.
Time to wrap it up. We got our just a quickie. Tonight it's the holiday TV specials.
Ooh, I love a holiday quickie.
Holiday TV specials, just a quickie. All right. You need to pick one. I'm giving you three. You got to pick one. Okay. Just a quickie. Pete, you go first. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Frosty the Snowman, or Charlie Brown Christmas?
Well, Frosty's out right away. That's just horrible.
Frosty was such a faggot. I'm sorry.
Jesus, God.
Stop putting words in my mouth. What were the others? Rudolph and Charlie Brown?
Rudolph and Charlie Brown Christmas, yeah.
Man. Charlie Brown doesn't age as well.
because of the racism.
That, and also a lot of those kids are just straight out fucking assholes.
Yeah.
They're just not very nice to each other.
No, they're really not. They're really not.
I'd have to go Rudolph.
Rudolph, you going Rudolph?
Yeah, I'd have to. I mean, if you said you're gonna sit in a room and watch one of these 5 times in a row, I would have to go with Rudolph.
Rudolph, gotcha. Yeah. Harry.
Rudolph.
I concur with both of you. Rudolph's the one of those three. So other ones had their moments. But yeah, Rudolph it is. All right. There you go. That was our holiday TV. Just a quickie. Let's move on to the four. We got to do four. Got to stay.
Oh God.
Four. Got to stay.
Grinch, Frosty,
Rudolph. You don't know what it is yet.
Charlie Brown.
You don't know what it is yet.
And
Peppermint Patty.
You don't know what it is yet.
I'll take Peppermint Patty for 200.
Four. Got to stay. We talked about this as a joke a few weeks ago. So it's our four. Got to stay for the holiday show. Here we go. Four got to stay. Oh, that's the wrong one. We just did that. Four got to stay. Top breakfast cereals of all time.
Oh,
Four got to stay. Top breakfast cereals of all time. I'm going to give you six. You know the drill.
Right. This is the most excited I've been about this forever.
You got to keep four. Four got to stay. Two got to go.
All right.
Write these down. Here we go. Ready? Now you might not be happy with the six I'm giving you, but I'm giving you these
fine.
six.
That's what she said.
Yeah, that's what she said. I'm giving you these six. That's what he said. Sorry. You might not be happy with the six, but I'm giving you
happy with this six.
But I'm giving you the six.
You got to keep four.
Anyway,
six.
Depends on 6 what. All right. Okay. Write these down. Ready?
Yeah.
Cheerios. Cheerios. Captain Crunch.
The captain.
Just plain Captain Crunch?
Plain Captain Crunch.
Captain.
Sugar Corn Pops.
Ooh.
Right now, Cheerios is going, what the fuck? This is bullshit.
Wait, is Sugar Corn Pops the one with the... Never mind. I get them. They almost look like a little big weird rice kernel, right?
It was a guy with the long legs, and it was a cowboy kind of thing. Sugar Corn Pops.
I thought that was a cheese wheel. Anyway,
cheese wheel.
No, that was Timer. Time for Timer.
Yeah.
Isn't it amazing how we all remember that?
Remember all of that shit, right?
Insanity.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh God, that is the Draymond Green of breakfast.
Count Chocula.
Now we're talking. The Count.
The Count.
Make sure you get the O in there.
And I know. And wrapping it up with the good old-fashioned Fruit Loops.
Wow, this is tough. This is tough. Not my favorites, but
so Cheerios, Captain Crunch, Sugar Corn Pops, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Count Chocula, and Fruit Loops. All right, Harry, you go first.
boy, this is tough because there's 3 that I really don't like. So I'm gonna have to, by default, I didn't think when you first started that a solid third is going to be Cheerios, followed by Captain Crunch, number 1. I'm going to throw the Count in there, even though I'm a much bigger fan of Blueberry. So I'll throw Count Chocula in there, and then it really comes down to Fruit Loops, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, or Sugar Corn Pops. I'm going to go Sugar Corn Pops.
All right, there you go.
I think it had more all cereal appearances.
It did. It did.
The 80s.
Except for the honey coating on the outside.
Now, if you had honeycomb,
Well, not honey coating, like the sugar, like the milk.
Yeah.
A little honey in there. So.
Yeah.
So you're
this
going.
is a tough one.
It was. So you're
I'm
going
going Cheerios, Captain Crunch, Sugar Corn Pops, and Count Chocula.
and the Count. You got it. All right, Radio Pete.
Well, I mean, plain Cheerios. There is something good about a nice bowl of Cheerios.
Especially after you douse it with like 6 tablespoons of sugar and it all sits on the
But
bottom.
here's the problem. Well, that's the problem. Once you start scooping, it all falls to the bottom. So the milk at the end, I would say, is number 2 to the Count Chocula milk.
Right.
I would agree.
Right, when you have Count Chocula, that.
Right.
But I don't think that's enough to keep it on the list. I think Cheerios
Really? Nice.
Yeah. If you'd said Honey Nut Cheerios,
Oh, I see where
that would have made my list.
Right.
But plain Cheerios, not quite.
Right. And I went back and forth. I was doing a list too. Do I put Count Chocula? Do I put Frankenberry? Do I put Blueberry? I went with the Count.
The Count's the leader of that group.
Yeah, I think that's.
He's the captain of the monster cereals.
This is true.
Yes.
All right. Obviously, Captain Crunch has to stay.
Yes, even though the top of your mouth will never forgive you.
It's still to this day.
No, it won't. But it toughens you up so that when you
does.
Other things.
Remember when you just eating that stuff after a while, you just eat it right out of the box.
Right out of the box. Like a bag of chips sitting on the couch.
Well, you have a big glass of milk and you just pour some and then take a sip and you're don't eat for a spoon or a bowl.
Or light.
Why get anything dirty? It's okay.
Yeah. I think, man, this is tough because I was never like we really didn't eat Count Chocula.
Mm-hmm.
That was not one of our sugar cereals. We had Captain Crunch, we had Frosted Flakes.
Frosted Flakes would have been on here ahead of all these.
Oh sure.
Now
I left some gimmies off.
Yeah, Frosted Flakes and Apple Jacks and But what is the chronology of Sugar Corn Pops? Was that the original name?
The original name
than Sugar Pops. Became Sugar Smacks.
No,
Sugar Smacks.
Smacks is different. Suger Smacks is the
different. Sugar Smacks is rice, right?
Rice.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, and then that became Smacks.
I know Sugar Corn Pops. Yeah, definitely on the list. Yeah. Did I have them on the list?
You had them on the list.
Yeah.
They're like little yellow nuggets.
Yeah. They're even better than Sugar Smacks.
They're like a smooth version of Captain Crunch in a way.
Yeah.
And they get that
weird kind of.
It's like a little styrofoam ball. It's
a
little styrofoam ball laced with sugar.
Yeah.
And if they get soft enough, if they get soft enough, you just crush them with your tongue. I think they have to stay on.
Yeah, they're definitely. Yeah, they had the cowboy right on the cover.
Cowboy,
weird looking cowboy.
The weird, skinny, real tall, long-legged cowboy.
Yeah.
Green pants. Yeah.
Now, one strike against them, though,
something like that.
is the word corn.
Well, with sugar corn pops to begin with,
corn cereal.
then it was just
Then it
sugar.
became
Then it became what?
corn pops, right?
Then it became corn
Eventually?
pops. No, it became corn pops because they dropped the word sugar. They didn't want to leave,
Right.
well, there's
Right,
in
that's
there,
because
so
Sugar Smacks became Smacks.
right.
That was the one with the frog,
Right.
Or was that with the bear? Which
That
one
was
was
the
the bear?
frog.
Sugar Bear. It was voiced by
That was sugar bear.
Smacks.
Sugar bear. Hey,
Sugar Bear.
Huggy
Anyway.
Bear. That was Huggy Bear was in Shaft.
Different
No,
cereal.
in
My
Starsky
favorite
and Hutch,
cereal
Huggy
was
Bear.
Huggy Bear.
Huggy Bear.
Huggy Bear.
Huggy.
So
Bears.
we didn't
Huggy Bears
we didn't have
bitch be good.
Here's where I'm
Brand
stuck. Like, we didn't have a lot of Count Chocula, so I wasn't ever a huge fan.
Okay.
We never ate Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Can I just say one thing? Cinnamon Toast Crunch, if you said worst cereals of all time, would be on my list.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think it's pretty nasty.
It's nasty. It's too sweet.
It's too
even
sweet.
as a
Way too
kid.
sweet.
I
It's
thought it
like
was too sweet.
it's like Cookie Crisp,
Oh no, Cookie Crisp way different. No,
but not after. I would say you're right for the first 3 spoonfuls,
Oh, you want to know you don't want to know the trick with
and then
Cookie Crisp?
Cookie Crisp just becomes.
Then they made the mini Cookie Crisps.
The mini
And
cookie.
that was a game changer.
Tiny
Okay,
little.
Way better. Yeah.
So I'm torn because I guess I have because I'm not a huge Fruit Loops fan either.
Neither am I.
Yeah.
But I already
The most amount of Fruit Loops I've ever eaten was late teens, early 20s with beer. Poured beer over Fruit Loops.
Yeah,
I did.
Yeah, they were like
You watched me do it a few times.
I'm sure I did.
to me they're like the poor man's Apple Jacks.
Agreed.
Apple Jacks were just so
Never
much
liked
better.
Fruit Loops. Now, the only thing worse than Fruit Loops was the ShopRite, generic brand,
Generic Fruit Loops.
Fruit rings.
which is like,
Loop fruits.
yeah.
Yeah, there were some. If you go to Aldi's and they have
fruit
some great,
foam. It was literally foam spray painted pink.
Colors.
yeah, fruit dots and fruit insulation and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Fruit insulation.
Yeah. It was definitely formaldehyde based.
Yeah, that was a leftover manufacturing product that they spray painted with
Yeah.
colored sugar.
Horrible.
Yeah, so I got to take Cheerios and Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So I got Captain Crunch, Sugar Corn Pops, Count Chocula, and Fruit Loops.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, the only difference is Cheerios for me over Fruit Loops.
Yeah, and I don't dislike Cheerios. I do
Now,
like regular Cheerios.
out of
It's
any-
kind of like cornflakes.
Right.
Regular cornflakes. Every now and then,
I love
they just
corn
have
flakes.
they're really good.
Yeah. Out of any of these cereals right now, it would be Cheerios with no sugar on them. I could not eat any.
Right.
I could not eat any of this other stuff.
No.
Yeah.
No,
Well, I have
haven't eaten
tried
it in years.
I have tried the Magic Spoon, which
But
is supposed
that's
to
not
be
the cereal, Pete. The tiny spoon with that's different kind of sugar.
No, this is actually
Totally different kind of sugar.
different. The other kind of Magic Spoon.
Oh, okay.
All right.
No, it's supposed to be a recreation of your favorite childhood sugar cereals, only without all the crap in it. But they're just okay. They're all right.
All right.
And they're very expensive.
This is true. So, all right.
And they're not as good as heroin.
Let me ask you, what if I threw in
It's good as hair.
really quick? What if I threw in what if I took neither of you picked Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Pete, you didn't pick Cheerios. Harry, you didn't pick Fruit Loops. What if I threw in to the mix
Okay.
Lucky Charms?
Lucky Charms, definitely. Then it's Captain Crunch, Cheerios, Count Chocula. Well, you know what? I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna go Captain Crunch, Sugar Corn Pops, Count Chocula, and Lucky Charms.
And Lucky Charms. There you go. So you would take Cheerios off, and sub in Lucky Charms.
Yeah.
Pete?
I would probably take Fruit Loops out,
and put the Lucky Charms in.
and I think it would be Captain Crunch. I would go Lucky Charms 2.
Oh yeah, no, I think Lucky Charms might be number 1 for me.
Right.
Yeah, it could easily be number 1.
Yeah. If you time
then
that soaking of the marshmallow, see the thing is, you got to get the right mix of marshmallows to whatever they were.
You do.
Fucking cardboard pieces. You got to get the right mix.
Somebody told me a while. It's been a while, Sarah. I remember this. We're having this conversation. Somebody told me a while ago that you actually can buy a box of the marshmallows.
Yeah. I heard that too.
Yeah.
Did you ever notice that? I was in the grocery store and
actually you can add extra to the regular box. You know what I mean? Yeah.
The leprechaun.
I would get
the leprechaun has changed over the years.
Oh, you can do that too.
Yeah. And the leprechaun now looks a little like Skip Bayless. It's weird.
He does. You're right. That's pretty funny. All right.
And he's got some radical political views too.
Wow. I'll tell you one more that most people think was boring, but I really like too. Life, not just a regular original Life. And
people tell me their life is boring.
And Frosted Mini Wheats. I like Frosted Mini Wheats.
Frosted Mini Wheats are good.
Big fan of the Frosted Mini Wheats.
I do like Frosted Mini Wheats. It actually, it's shredded wheat frosted.
Right. What can go wrong?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Those are both excellent. Original Life.
Good
just
stuff.
is like a great. It tastes like everything good and nothing in particular.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You can taste the healthy. And you can taste a little bit of sweet in there. Really good. And it holds up pretty well in milk. I mean, all of these you have to.
It's because it's perforated.
Yeah.
True. Been once in a blue moon we'll buy a box of cereal, but Special K, they have a bunch of different, like they have the vanilla almond Special K.
Special K, they always marketed to the old people. You know, they were trying to let you. They were trying to let you know, yeah, it'll make you shit. Kind of like grape nuts.
Right. You know? Grape nuts. Remember grape nuts? Yeah, absolutely. Remember shredded wheat, the big ones, the original, like the big.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, those you'd throw at people.
You pick, right. You take one out and you just break it up in milk and eat it.
Good doorstop.
A food fight and something
like a ramen brick.
It's like a ramen brick, except it's harder. You gotta chew it without cooking it.
Yeah, but Special K was always like, we're not quite cornflakes.
Right.
Right.
But
the vanilla almond one is good. We eat that every now and
then. I think they make one with like little strawberries, which
I think they have that too. Yeah.
Worries me.
I'll tell you one other one.
How
people thought was boring, but I liked it. Was Raisin Bran.
Oh, I love Raisin Bran. If Raisin Bran's on the list, it's my number one.
Oh.
Actually, if you want a pretty healthy cereal, you can just there's a generic
no sugar Raisin Bran.
Yeah, there's a very genetic no sugar or low sugar
isn't it Dr. Somebody?
No, it's just bran. It's just bran.
Okay.
And then you just buy a thing of raisins and then you can put it in.
Put it in.
And it's tasty and it's actually pretty healthy for you.
There you go. All right. Well, there you go. This is probably one.
It's one of those things like the cornflakes that just plain old, and it's generic too. It's a generic brand. Bran flakes. They have that certain flavor to them.
They do. This has been one of the more intriguing four got to stay in a while.
Our kids, do kids still eat cereal, or they can't anymore because it's got gluten in it?
Well, yes and no.
Yeah, I think you can.
I think a lot of them still eat it.
I didn't.
Yeah, no, the cereal aisle is always, and cereal's friggin' expensive now. You got a regular box of cereal is like $7.99.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right. Moving on to question of the week. This week it's the holiday question of the week. So simple yes or no. It's like a quickie. It's probably quicker than the quickie we just did.
That was quickie.
That
was Four Gotta Stay.
Four Gotta Stay. Just a quickie before that. All right. Pete, you can start with this one. Do you like and drink eggnog?
No, never. Disgusting.
Right. Harry?
No, thank you.
No.
All right. Have you?
Have I? Yes. I hate it.
Both ate it?
Yeah, like whatever, 2 swallows, and that was it. That was all I could take.
That's what she said.
Which
no different than any other Wednesday night. But still,
no different than any other. Just to let you know,
that's not your OnlyFans special this week for Tuesday, 2 Swallow Tuesday.
2 Swallow Tuesday.
Well, it's usually a 2 swallow minimum. But with the eggnog, it's
With
reversed.
the eggnog, you get it.
Yes. Good bad name. 2 swallow minimum.
2 swallow minimum. I think that should be a song on your next album.
I got to copyright that.
Yeah. 2 swallow minimum.
That's right here in your contract, miss. 2 swallow minimum.
Sorry.
Or sir.
Is that your signature right there? It is,
or
isn't
sir,
it? Well,
or whatever.
you're locked in.
You're locked in.
Right.
All right. Well, let me ask you this: what
Okay.
is eggnog anyway?
It's a little bit of egg and a little bit of
nog.
nog.
Like heavy cream with a raw egg in it and some sugar and some cinnamon.
That's right. It's the
What exactly is it made of? I honestly don't know.
The tears of a unicorn mixed with the
Mixed with the
with
despair
waffle
of
batter.
broken-hearted soccer fans.
That's right. It's waffle batter and
Waffle batter.
It's waffle batter, thinner waffle batter with sugar in it. No, I'm kidding.
That's right.
No, it's cream, it's eggs, it's sugar, obviously, nutmeg,
Whipping cream,
some nutmeg cream, right, and it's
a lot of dairy and a lot.
And then you can add alcohol to it, right?
Then you add alcohol to it. That's what I was just gonna say. I actually like eggnog. I don't drink a ton of it, but I do enjoy a glass every now and then. But I do make it with bourbon. I put bourbon in. Yeah,
I think if I had eggnog right now, my ass would explode.
Probably.
I can't. It's just
So here's a recipe: 6 large egg yolks.
Just the yolks. Just the yolks.
Is this for an omelet?
A half a cup of granulated sugar. A half a cup. That's,
Wow.
How much does it make, though? I mean, if you're making a gallon, then
no, it makes
serves 3.
One serving.
4 cups. It only makes 4 cups.
4 cups. Okay. Half a cup of granulated sugar, 6 egg yolks,
1 cup of heavy whipping cream, 2 cups of milk, half a teaspoon of ground nutmeg, a pinch of salt, some vanilla extract, some ground cinnamon, and alcohol optional.
There you go.
So, oof. Wow.
Now, what kind of alcohol? What is the most common that you would put?
If you
in
want to add alcohol, start with a 1/4 cup of brandy, bourbon, rum, or whiskey. So brown.
Yeah, brown liquor. Yeah, I put bourbon in it. You can put brandy. You can put you can put.
How does that not?
I'd rather have an omelet.
Some people put dark rum in it. You know, you're not going to put silver rum in it.
How does it not curdle?
It does.
If you got to mix it around really fast and drink it really quick, and then it doesn't curdle. No, it doesn't curdle. It doesn't because you're not it's not hot alcohol that you're putting into it. It's not, it's whipped. It's it's
alcohol. Alcohol will curdle milk.
It's not all milk. There's sugar in it. There's eggs in it. There's whipping cream in it.
Maybe the sugar is a stabilizing force. I don't know.
Sure.
Did you guys ever see the just when you said waffle batter, the Mary Tyler Moore show, where what was her sister's name?
Maud?
No, Mary Tyler Moore's sister.
Well,
anyway, it's the woman who does Marge Simpson's voice, I think. Julie Kavner.
Julie Kavner, yeah.
And so she came over. Mary Tyler Moore was making
she's still alive, Julie Kavner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
She does the voice of Marge Simpson, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so she was making pancake batter in a blender. And then she's off doing something. And so Julie Kavner comes in. She thought it was like a protein drink or something. So she pours a cup and starts drinking it down. And Mary Tyler Moore's going, "What are you doing? I was making pancakes." And then the rest of the scene, she was like, "I can't believe I drank pancakes."
That's great. I love that.
It's funny.
It is funny.
So it's always stuck with me. I can't believe I drank pancakes.
I can't believe I drank pancakes.
She was actually Rhoda's sister, right? Julie Kavner?
Maybe that was it. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. She was Rhoda's sister. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. So cool. All right. It is time for the rapid fire quiz.
Time for the spanking of Pete.
You don't know, because tonight it's holiday history rapid fire quiz.
Oh, well, that's
So nothing to do with sports.
What's that?
So nothing to do with sports.
It might have to do with sports. It might not have to do with sports.
Julie Kavner.
We will find out. But we're going to start right now.
All right.
All
I
right.
wonder if it was the Rhoda show and not the Mary Tyler Moore show.
It might have been the Rhoda show. It might have been.
You know, I don't remember either of those shows until like later on in syndication. I don't know.
Because Rhoda was the spinoff. She was on Mary Tyler
Yes,
Moore,
of
right?
course. Yeah.
So, either way, I remember that bit.
Okay.
All right. So we get the holiday history rapid fire quiz. Just to point out to everybody that last week, 2 weeks ago, Harry won again, but it was 4-2. It was 3-2, but we had a tie.
Yeah, I only had twice the score that I
This
did.
is the last quiz ever, so I think Pete's gonna win.
Yeah, so we'll find out.
Twice as much measurement of anything else would be a shellacking, but
There you
here,
All right.
it's only 4-2.
So it's the holiday history rapid fire quiz. All right, Pete, you ready for this?
Oh yeah.
All right. Here we go. Question number 1
Question number 1.
for Pete. Here we go. What
For
item?
me.
What item brought Frosty to life?
In that old black pipe they found. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat. That old black hat.
Old black hat.
That old black hat. Now,
Well-
you could say it was the magic in the old black hat, but the hat was the item.
The hat was the item. Very good. Yep. Old silk hat, but yes, you got it. That's fine.
Well, not in my record. It was old black hat.
Old black hat, old silk hat.
It's
Either
an old
way.
black silk.
It was.
hat.
It was.
I think
a black.
it is
no,
silk,
black.
though.
It was black. It was black.
No,
I
There
think,
must have been some
yeah, I
magic
think
in
I
that
wonder-
old silk hat they found.
Old silk hat. All right, so
But it was black. So, and it's a hat. So that's the most important part. You could have just said
I think
hat.
I've heard it
Yeah.
both ways, but I think silk is the actual official lyric. So.
I thought it was Cialis, but
The old Cialis hat.
the old Cialis up his ass.
It brought him to life. You're right. There you go. That's all I
There
needed.
must have been some magic in that cattle prod they found.
I thought she stuck a vodka bottle.
For when they shoved it up his ass, he began
He
to
began
dance around.
Dance around, oh, Frosty the
The ass
suspect
man.
was arrested Thursday
Good
night.
night.
Actually, I'm gonna if we can get this over with. I'm going to see Frosty the ass man. He's performing tonight, so should be
Is he?
fun. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, stop by the cattle prod store on your
Yeah,
way
stop
over.
by the cattle prod store and grab one.
I already have it.
There you go.
Yeah,
All right.
the Get On With It podcast take on a popular classic,
That's right.
All right.
Frosty the Ass Man.
Frosty the ass man.
Yeah.
All righty. All right, Pete. Question number 2. Here we go.
Okay.
All right. I need for you to name for me.
He was a proctometrist.
I need for you to name for me 2 of the 3 reindeer whose name starts with a D.
I'll say Donner,
Come on.
and there's 3 of them, huh?
3 of them will start with a D. Yep.
And Dasher. I think
There you
the
go.
other.
That's 2. You won. You want to get the other? You want to see if you get the 3rd? See if you get the 3rd.
Doug.
Doug. Donner, Dasher, and
Doug.
Darius.
It's Donner,
Darn.
Dasher, something, and Vixen, isn't it? Is that what the
Yeah.
3rd D is? Donner,
It's-
Dasher, Dickhead, and Vixen.
Donner's in the second group.
Dancer.
Right.
Dancer. Oh, there you go.
You know Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen.
Oh, Dasher,
Donner
Dasher,
and Blitzen.
Prancer.
Yeah, so but you got it. You got the 2. You got Donner and Dasher. Donner, by the way, who was
Jeffrey
Donner's
Dahmer?
who was Donner's son?
Rudolph.
Rudolph.
Very good. All right.
Jeffrey Donner.
Donner, right? Yeah. Exactly. All right, Pete. Question number 3. Here we go. I need for you to name for me one of the two teams that played in the first Aloha Bowl ever, which was on Christmas Day, 1982.
Are these professional teams?
No, Aloha Bowl, the college Aloha Bowl.
Okay.
Name one of the two teams that played in the first Aloha Bowl on Christmas Day, 1982.
I'm thinking it was SMU and Tulane, but that might not be right. I'll go out on a limb and say, I don't know, Hawaii?
Hawaii. Very good guess for the Aloha Bowl. That'd be wrong.
Yeah.
Harry for the steal.
Aloha Bowl. I don't know. Stanford.
Stanford's a good guess as well. Also wrong. Washington beat Boomer Esiason and Maryland in the first ever Aloha Bowl in '82.
That was my next guess.
Mm-hmm. So it'll be Washington or Maryland. All right, Harry.
Mm-hmm.
Your three. Here we go. You ready for number one?
Sure.
Yeah, right. In the 12 days of Christmas, what gift was on day 7?
On the 7th day of Christmas. Let's say this thing. 7 swans a swimming.
You got it. 7 swans a swimming. 7 swans a swimming. 6 geese a laying. 5 golden rings. 4 coins.
And a silk hat on his head.
You do realize that all until you get to the 8 maids of milking, right? With the exception of the golden rings, 1 through 7 are all birds.
Yeah.
All birds.
It's like 134 birds or something if you do the 12
It's a lot of birds.
It's a lot, yeah.
Wow.
All right.
And not even mostly ones you can eat.
No.
Like turtle doves and swans and
Yeah.
How about the shrimp turtle cheesecakes?
partridge.
Geese.
Geese a
Geese
laying.
you can eat, but you know,
French hens. You can eat a French hen.
Sure.
yeah.
Calling birds.
They smoke a lot. But
Calling birds.
Mm-hmm. All right, smoked calling bird. It's a delicacy in.
No, I'm
I'd
saying
rather
the French hens smoke a lot.
Right there you go.
or maybe you could take like the smallest bird and stuff it inside the next smallest bird. And,
Oh, that's
you know what I
right.
mean?
Yeah, like
All
a
the way up to
nesting kind of thing, right?
Yeah, like all the way up to the swan, and then you have one.
Then you have one big.
And
Like
you
the
just have a
entire
giant
Christmas, only instead of fish,
turducken.
it's birds.
Turducken.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the dinner of the 7 birds.
Yes, always a good time.
I hate fish, so let's.
I
go
hate the
with
7
birds.
fishes. Let's do the 7 birds.
Let's do it with birds.
7 cattle. So,
All stuffed in a bald eagle.
All right. Question number 2. Ready? Here we go. What was the first company to use Santa in their advertising?
Oh God, I don't know. What year was it? Well, you're talking TV advertising?
TV advertising, yeah. Well, it kind of wouldn't go over on radio.
Well, I don't know if it was like
right.
magazines or
That's true.
newspapers.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, television advertising. I guess it would have
I
been.
mean, I'm gonna go with an obvious one. I'm gonna say Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola is correct.
I remember, but you know, they had print and magazines and.
Oh yeah,
things
they
like
did, yeah.
that.
So, all right. And your question number 3, ready? Here we go. Who won the very first Diamond Head Classic?
What is the Diamond Head Classic?
College football bowl. The Diamond Head Classic on Christmas Day 2009. So it's not even that long ago.
Oh wow! So this is new.
The first Diamond Head Classic was held. The first Diamond Head Classic was held on Christmas Day 2009. Who won?
Is it a big bowl game?
Ish.
2009.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine ish. Michigan State.
Michigan State is a good guess, but it is wrong.
Yeah.
Radio Pete for the steal.
Is this a football game?
Sounds like a golf tournament, doesn't it? Jack Nicklaus.
Jack Nicklaus. Yes.
Yes, it's a ball game. Football ball game. Right? Football.
Football, yeah. College football bowl game.
What's Diamond Head? Is that in Hawaii too?
That's in Hawaii too, yeah.
All right, I'll say Hawaii.
And you'd be wrong again.
Fucking Hawaii, never bet on them.
Your Hawaii is like Harry's.
This is so hard. It's like there's 900 college football.
I know. I did it.
Name
All right, well,
two of the three.
Let's get. All right, is it?
Name two of the three reindeer, or who won the inaugural Diamond Head Classic?
Was it a West Coast team?
Yes.
Okay. So, Harry, do you want to go back and forth guessing?
West Coast team. Is it a big school?
Yes.
USC.
That would be correct.
Yeah.
USC Trojans. There you go.
I just didn't think USC would be playing in a Diamond Head Classic, but around that time, yeah, who the hell knows?
Mm-hmm. Trojans won the first time Head Classic on December 25th, 2009.
Yeah,
So,
wow.
there you go.
Is it still a bowl?
I don't know. I'm assuming. I think so. I think it is, yeah. It's one of the lesser, nobody says.
Are we done?
We are, except for the weird fact. Weird fact is not so much of a weird fact as just a fact, a holiday-esque fact. In 1995, December 23rd, 1995 to be exact.
Oh, good day.
So it was a Festivus, right? I think it was actually before. Well, was Festivus? Yeah, Festivus was around by then. Yeah, because Seinfeld was done in '97, so yeah, Festivus would definitely be around by then. So, so anyway, the Giants played the Chargers at home on that day.
I remember.
December 23rd, '95. Ice balls, so snowballs, but there was a ton of snow left around the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
And people were making ice balls and throwing them on the field, and they were pelting refs. One ref got hit in the head bad.
Mm-hmm.
People were thrown out. Okay? And the weird fact is, Harry and I were both in attendance with each other, and neither of us threw one snowball.
I was just going to say, wasn't I at that game?
We were at that game, yeah. So, remember the guy that was the one Charger fan? He was standing there. I mean, it was freezing, but he was standing there shirtless, all painted in purple, and he was egging on Giant fans to throw snowballs at him.
Yeah.
And like a section over from us. It was crazy.
Yeah.
So.
His name is Ted Cruz, but that's besides the point.
So,
Yeah. I think the Chargers won, right?
Chargers won the game, yeah.
Yeah. Was that 95?
95.
Who was
92.
the Giants head coach? Was it Dan Reeves?
Dan Reeves. It was Dan Reeves' third season. He went, I believe they were, I think they went 6-10 that year.
Mm.
Yeah, I think they went 6-10 because in '96 they went, pretty sure they went 5-11, and then he was done, and then Jim Fossil came in.
Oh, Fossil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jim Fossil and Tiki Barber both came in '97. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. That brings us to our top 5 list. Our top 5 tonight is keeping with the
Wait,
theme.
Pete won that quiz, didn't he?
No, you tied.
Oh, okay.
2-2.
But
How
Pete
fitting you tied the last quiz.
Tied the last one.
There you go. All right, our top 5 tonight is top 5 holiday movies. Top 5 holiday movies all time.
won.
We'll talk about this for a little bit. So I'll give you everybody's top 5. Both of you have a TV special in there, but that's fine. A movie nonetheless.
I think it was a movie.
Animated movie. It's an hour, right? It's fine. Here we go. we got Pete's list. Here we go. Number 5 for Pete, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Pete's number 4 is Trading Places. We'll talk about all of these after. Pete's number 3 is Scrooged. Pete's number 2 is a very controversial, is it a Christmas movie or not? And that would be Die Hard. And Pete's number 1 is indeed A Christmas Story. You'll shoot your eye out. All right. Harry's are as follows. Number 5, Scrooged. Number 4, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Number 3, Home for the Holidays.
By the way, not a Christmas movie, but a holiday movie.
A holiday movie, yeah, it's fine.
It takes place on Thanksgiving.
Well, it's a holiday movie.
Right.
Right. Number 2, Nightmare Before Christmas, which technically is it's Halloween Town.
Christmas. He goes to Christmas Town.
He goes to Christmas Town. Right, yeah.
Ah.
So there you go. And his number 1 is Christmas Vacation. There you go. Shooter's full. There we go. All right. And my top 5 are, my number 5 is Die Hard. My number 4 is Scrooged. My number 3 is Christmas Vacation. My number 2 is Trading Places. And my number 1 is A Christmas Story. And just to point out, if I did indeed, which one? You know what? You have an old balls tonight, Harry?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do mine for old balls. There we go.
Excellent.
Like this other thing I want to do. So, all right, let's talk about these. Well, what did we all have? We all had Scrooged, right?
Yeah, I seem to remember that movie got a lot of bad press and was kind of panned and stuff. I thought it was great.
I thought it was a great movie. I thought it was great. I did.
And I have used the line. Remember the guy comes up and trying to get the antlers on the mouse's head.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He says we tried to glue these, and he goes, "Oh, did you try staples?"
Yeah,
I have used that line so many times for anything that needed to be stuck to someone's hand or something. Or my kid's Halloween costume, he had like something hanging from his face, and he's like, "Should I just put tape on here?" I'm like, "Well, have you tried staples?" This is a great line. So
it's a great line. It is a great line. So yeah, I love Scrooge. That was great. And Bobcat Goldthwait. That was under sung character in it. They played in it. He played the Bob Cratchit character, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was a good movie. I did like that. We all also had. Or was that the only one we had? No, that was the only one we had in common. Was Scrooge.
All in common?
All 3 of us in common. That was the only one. You guys both had Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, which obviously is a classic.
Yukon Cornelius, man.
Yukon Cornelius.
The only Christmas character who looks like me.
It's true.
Or I look like him, I guess.
Silver and gold. Yeah.
Silver and gold.
And what was the kid I want to be a dentist? Was it Herbie? Right? Herbie.
Hermie,
yeah.
Hermie doesn't want to make toys.
Hermie doesn't want to make toys.
The abominable snow monster.
Yeah. The Bumble. So, all right. Then we had whatchamacallit? Pete had Trading Places. I love Trading Places. Trading Places.
Is that a Christmas movie? I guess it is a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
It's Christmas time-ish. Yeah.
Definitely a good movie. That's one of my favorite movies. Period. On like a top 10 list, that's one of my favorite movies. I do enjoy that movie. That's good.
Yeah, I think that was Eddie Murphy at his best.
Yeah. Early
that period before he started doing really ridiculous stuff that was kind of over the top, or he was
everything. Eddie Murphy. Everything up to what's the movie he did with Robin Givens and Halle Berry? Boomerang. Boomerang.
Yeah, I think.
Everything up to that.
Not a big Eddie
that
Murphy
movie and on.
Fan.
Yeah, it was a little.
Well, the thing about Trading Places is though he didn't take over the movie.
No.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? Because he was up against Dan Aykroyd.
I remember it being pretty good.
Yeah, and Jamie Lee Curtis, and there was such a, you know what I mean?
Right.
The three of them were all kind of equal.
It was before Party All the Time, so it was all
Yeah,
right.
it was before that. Yeah, it was before he got that. It was actually I believe it was his second movie. His first movie was 48 Hours, and then Trading Places was his second movie that he did.
Yeah.
So anyway, all right, Harry, you had Home for the Holidays by yourself. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, that's an obscure one, but a great
the
film.
Holly Hunter.
Holly Hunter. It was Jodie Foster's directorial debut. It was Holly Hunter, Robert Downey Jr., Holly Hunter, Robert Downey Jr., Anne Bancroft, Charles Durning, Dylan McDermott, Steve Guttenberg, a very young Claire Danes. It was great.
Yeah, that's a good movie. I've seen that.
It's underrated, and every time it comes on, here's what I will say about the movie: it is a masterclass in acting. Everybody is so good, and so it's an ensemble cast. And yes, Robert Downey Jr.'s character is a little over the top. Holly Hunter is Holly Hunter. She's great pretty much in everything she's ever done. And then you have like Anne Bancroft and Charles Durning and Dylan McDermott playing character actors in it. So, and it's just, it doesn't really go anywhere, but it's real. And I think it's kind of bittersweet. And I think it could have been so over the top, but I think it's really
like
well
it could have easily gone sappy.
Yeah.
Right.
But it doesn't.
No. And even the cinematography in it's really good. Like there's nothing, it's very real. It just captures every family's, sort of middle class reality, all warts and everything, in a way that very few films have. I think it's a really good film. If you haven't seen it, give it a listen. I recommend it.
There you go. Yeah. You also had Nightmare Before Christmas.
Well, I mean, that's a masterpiece, and I, as I think this is it's much more of a Christmas movie than Die Hard, even though people try to make it a, what I love about this film is that I think it's incredibly creative, and it's maybe, in my humble opinion, the best soundtrack to a film ever assembled. The soundtrack, you could listen to the soundtrack of this and understand the entire film.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There you go. That is true. Okay, you mentioned Die Hard. Die Hard is, I mean, everybody says, well, a lot of people say it's not a Christmas movie. A lot of people say it is.
Whatever. I mean, that's fine.
It's a holiday movie if it's not a Christmas movie.
Right.
I think it takes place on Christmas Eve, right?
It takes place on Christmas Eve. Yeah, exactly. The whole movie takes place.
I think that's what makes it a Christmas movie, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Well, that's the big argument. Is it when the movie takes place, or is it the content, like what goes on the screen?
Who cares?
Yeah,
I mean, it's not worth
the
arguing over. The bigger question is it really a good film?
Yeah, it is.
It is.
And I've not tried to dislike it, but because whenever something gets so much hype, and there are a lot of people go, "Oh my God, it's a good," I automatically start to go the other way.
Yeah.
But every time it's on, it's one of those stop and watch until a certain scene or a commercial break or whatever. It's just one of those movies. It's just good.
Yeah. It is
good. Yeah. There's certain things that I just don't connect with most of the people.
Now,
I think Top Gun is softcore gay porn, and not that there's anything wrong with gay porn. It's just Top Gun's not done very well. And Die Hard is just, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I feel like Joe Rogan based his entire character off of.
I actually have my sister bought it for us. We actually have a John McClane crawling through a vent with a lighter, it's like the square outside of the vent, and you see his face coming out with a lighter ornament for the tree.
Is that like Elf on a Shelf, McClane on a
tree, McClane on a main area. But no, Die Hard 2, not a good Christmas book.
There was a Die Hard 2?
There's a Die Hard 5.
Oh, really?
4 or 5.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Do they all take place around the holidays?
No, only the first two do.
Oh, the first two do.
Then they gave up with that. Yeah.
Okay.
And Bonnie Bedelia is only in the first two.
Bonnie Bedelia? I don't even know who that is.
His wife, Mrs. McClane.
Okay.
whatchamacallit. But there's Die Hard, Die Hard 2, Die Hard with a Vengeance, A Good Day to Die Hard, and
Die Hard. Let's keep it going.
Die Harder, or something like that.
Are you dead? Are you
Die Harder again?
Die Harder again.
Are you finally dead?
So, but
why won't you fucking die hard?
Right.
For the love of God, die hard.
So anyway, moving on. Christmas Vacation. Harry's your number 1. It's my number 3.
I mean, it's just classic. It never gets old for me.
That's the gift that keeps on giving, Clark.
Yeah. Now, I will say this. My favorite part of all of that is Randy Quaid.
Of course.
I'm going to say this out of what is it? Summer Vacation or what's the one?
First one is
the last one that everybody hated.
Vegas Vacation.
European Vacation. Vegas Vacation. Right. Let me tell you something. That's good. Vegas Vacation is a lot of Quaid.
Vegas Vacation is a lot of Quaid. Yeah,
it's really good.
I don't think I've ever seen
that.
And
Christmas Vacation's classic.
It is a classic. And the funny thing is, and everybody knows that the Russ and Audrey, the kids, every movie different.
Right.
All 4 movies.
Yeah, that's fine. That never bothered me. Christmas Vacation, though, here's my thing with it. Like the Vacation was, I thought, obviously it was a farce, but it was a realistic farce. Right. Just a guy who had, there wasn't anything that seemed, it's a fine line, absurd about it. Right. I mean, there was, but you could see it actually happening. Christmas Vacation, I felt like, was a little more over the top and a little more.
This from a guy talking about Die Hard.
Well, but Die Hard's an action movie.
Right. This is just,
And I mean, the Shitter's Full. That's one of the great moments in
Shitter's Full.
No question about that.
Truck at a no question. Factory.
But the squirrel that comes out of the tree and wreaks havoc, and a lot of that. The whole thing with the lights.
The cat bets the thing, and then just
I just found it to be
falls down a well, eyes go crooked, gets kicked by a mule, and back to normal.
It was like a little too.
Would you mind if I fumigate this piece? This is a good, fine piece of furniture.
It's
Marx Brothers or whatever for me.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Now,
and Julia Louis-Dreyfus in Next Door, the neighbor next door.
Right. It was still a good movie, but just not.
Juliette Lewis is Audrey in Christmas Vacation.
Yes,
and what's his face? I forget his name, but he was in Roseanne, but he was also in Big Bang Theory.
Johnny Galecki.
Johnny. He's Rusty in Christmas Vacation.
Yeah. Now, if I had to pick a sixth one, it would be Bad Santa.
There you go.
Yeah,
which is a phenomenal movie.
Yeah, it's very underrated.
All right.
What was the best Audrey and Rusty tandem? Was it the originals?
Oh, the first one, definitely.
The first one, yeah.
Or Christmas Vacation.
Christmas is pretty good too. Titty bit nipply.
Yeah, exactly. Just the season to be merry. That's funny. Yeah, I mean there was moments.
He's porking her, Dad. He's porking her. He's not porking her, Russ. All right, he's porking her.
There's Ethan
now,
Embry.
I also will say again, the kids on Vegas Vacation have a bigger role. I would actually say the best kids is Vegas Vacation.
Well, Rusty is Ethan Embry. I mean, he's been in a bunch of stuff. Other than Johnny Aletta and
Aubrey becomes a stripper, and what's his name becomes a Mr. Papadopoulos.
He's like Papadopoulos. Yeah, Nick Papa Giorgio.
Papa Giorgio.
Papa Giorgio. Yeah, Nick Papa Giorgio. Yeah.
There you go.
It was great. The only one we didn't talk about was A Christmas Story.
I love that movie. I just said it's obvious. I knew you guys would have it on there.
Yeah, it's
surprised only one of you did.
No, we both did. It's my number 1 and Pete's number 1.
Okay.
That's a classic. It's everything about it. I actually went to the house in Cleveland. It's pretty cool. I mean, they shot the whole thing inside that house, except for the some of the outdoor scenes. The school scenes. They actually, the teacher, Ralphie's teacher, right? They wanted her to play the teacher. That hands down, they wanted her to play the teacher, but she lived in Toronto and she was pregnant. She couldn't fly. She couldn't travel. So they actually did all of the school scenes, even outside when he sticks his tongue to the pole. That was all done in Toronto. That was all done in Canada. Everything else was done in Cleveland. Everything else. But yeah, that's just a classic. All right. And you were saying Bad Santa would be your number 6.
Right.
I'll give you what about Bad Santa? Tell us about Bad Santa.
I mean, it's just, come on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, Billy Bob Thornton and a small person ripping off people. It's just good. Look, I think Billy Bob Thornton is a great actor, and it's hard to pull off those roles and do it in a way that doesn't seem schlocky. And he can do it. He can do it. To me, he's always reminded me a little bit of Walter Matthau. So I thought it was, interesting when he became, he took over the Bad News Bears role.
Yeah,
so,
it's pretty funny. Yeah.
I mean, he's darker, a lot darker and a lot seedier, but he's great. It's a dark, cynical comedy, but it's fantastic.
All right. I said I'd keep my other one, and basically it's because it's a holiday movie and not necessarily a Christmas movie, just like You're Home for the Holidays and that. Mm-hmm. So for the first time, I'm gonna do an Old Balls, but I want us to all talk. I want us to all talk about it. So
love it.
It's time for tonight's Old Balls.
Christmas balls.
Christmas balls, exactly. This week's Old Balls is, again, not a Christmas movie, holiday movie. It kicks off the holiday season for me every year. I watch it on Thanksgiving Eve every year, and that would be Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
That's a good one.
I love this movie.
I haven't watched it in a long time.
Yeah, Steve Martin is hysterical in it. John Candy's even more funny in it, and just everything that they do. A lot of cameos by a lot of people. But it's a funny movie. It's like, where's your other hand between two pillows? Those aren't pillows. Yeah. But
there's a lot of great moments in that film.
A lot of great moments in it. And then even some I mean, not that it's a comedy by all means.
It's John Hughes, right?
It's John Hughes, yeah. But it's like a drama part, like when when they're first in that first hotel room, and he's like Steve Martin's lacing into John Candy, and then John Candy says, you know, he's an easy target, yada yada yada. That was a poignant moment. It was pretty good, but it's a hysterical movie. I love every bit of it. Thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's what I do like that movie. I mean, obviously, Home for the Holidays is my kind of sleeper for Thanksgiving. Grumpy Old Men, I think, is also kind of a Thanksgiving movie, right? Isn't it right around there? I like that movie. But yeah, I mean, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, you got two of the masters of comedy, and at their best, maybe you could argue. So
there you go. Yeah.
I guess it was never one. I don't think I've ever really seen it. Maybe more than once all the way through. It's been on a lot, and I just you kind of watch it, but
I watch it. I usually watch it at least once. I usually watch it 2 or 3 times, like between November and December,
right,
every year. So
it's good.
Yeah,
I mean, for me, John Candy, Uncle Buck.
Of course.
Yeah. That's Trains, Planes, and Automobiles. It's really, there's great moments there. The car that was on fire,
right?
Yeah.
When it gets pulled over, Michael McKean. That's one of the great scenes.
You feel safe driving this car? I do. I really do.
I feel like it was the
car
template
is safe for highway travel.
I feel like it was sort of the template for the Chris Farley, David Spade movie,
Tommy Boy.
Tommy Boy.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. But that and again, there's nice moments in it too.
Yeah.
The part you were talking about, John, and then at the end, of course, when he
realizes that he's alone, and he goes back and he gets him.
Right, he goes back and gets him, and So, I mean, there's that kind of redemption redemption for Steve Martin as well, because he's
Right.
kind of a dick at the beginning of the movie.
The beginning of the
Granted,
movie,
he gets screwed over, but he's a dick, and he sort of transforms himself a little bit. And
Right.
that's good. Flick.
What was he? What did he sell? Umbrellas or something strange?
John Candy showed shower curtain rings.
Shower
curtain ring. Yeah,
Shower curtain rings.
That alone is. Yeah.
They're trying to make money. They're trying to make money because their money got stolen. So he's selling the shower curtain rings to young girls, like earrings and
selling his samples so they can get bus fare.
Yeah.
That's a great movie.
What year was that? 85?
87.
87.
They whatchamacallit, they one of the funniest parts was when they're driving and they're on the wrong side of the road because he goes up, he couldn't get his coat off, and he then he exit, turned around, went back up the exit, so he's going the wrong way on the highway, and the people on the other side of the road, they're blowing a horn, "You're going the wrong way," and he goes, "How the hell do they know where we're going?"
Yeah, I feel like with a lot of John Hughes films, they're of a time, and I don't want to say that they're not timeless. They were like the threshold between old school comedy and what was to come.
Right.
Does that make sense?
It makes sense.
There's one foot in each area, and I don't know. There's something kind of 80s about all this stuff, which
well, yeah.
Some of it holds up really good, and some of it's like okay.
That's true. Anyway, all right. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. This week's Old Balls. All right. That is that. Got one more, another holiday quickie for you.
A lot of quickies in a 2-hour show.
A lot of quickies in a 2-hour show. It makes it a little longer. It's only an hour 20 right now. They're almost done. And it is our final show of the year. So let's have fun, right? All right.
I mean, I'm all fun with that.
We're going to start with Pete. It can be rapid fire. What's your Pete? What's your favorite holiday song?
Well, that's a good question.
Should we play music so there's like some background while you think?
Yeah.
No. Favorite holiday song.
What's your favorite holiday song? I'll type mine in right here.
Maybe I don't know what makes it a holiday song. It's
Christmas song. I mean, it's a Christmas song, right? It's a, I'm sure this. It could be. Hey, could be a Hanukkah song. The dreidel song could be your favorite holiday song. So.
I guess. I mean, as far as a traditional sense, like the Christmas classics mode, I would say this one is kind of a dirge for a lot of people, but Little Drummer Boy.
That's fine.
I've always liked that one.
Okay. Harry,
I like the story.
Yeah, it is. It's a great.
What's
story.
going on? What's happening in that song? It's very cool.
I would say There Ain't No Sanity Clause.
Ain't No Sanity Clause
by The Damned. Yeah.
All right.
And maybe Merry Christmas, I Don't Want to Fight this year by the Ramones.
Fair enough.
Those are probably my two favorites.
All right. Well, on Long Pete's lines, traditional, if you will, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas is just my favorite. If you, it's close though, because I love the song "Christmas Time Is Here," the Vince Guaraldi, the Charlie Brown Christmas Time Is Here. I just saw last Wednesday. I don't know if you saw my posts or whatever. I was up at in Red Bank Outbasie Theater. Saw David Benoit. Who's jazz pianist. He worked with Vince Guaraldi, worked with the guy who wrote Christmas Time Is Here as well and did some work with the Peanuts thing. He did a Charlie Brown Christmas. So it's like I talked to him afterwards. He's a great guy, but it's one of my favorite songs too. And of course, I would be remiss if I didn't bring back the some Tommy Cutlets from last week conversation that we did talk about Jersey Italians and Dominic the Donkey, right? So
No, I hate that song, but only because I had to play it through. I would also add, I think it's called Happy Christmas.
Okay.
War is over.
It's Happy Christmas, War is Over. Yeah, from John Lennon and Yoko Ono.
I would throw that in there, and also what's the one by the Kinks? Father Christmas, give us your money, we'll beat you up if you make us annoyed. I don't know what the title of that one is, but I always kind of like that.
Father Christmas, yeah.
Give us your money. We got no time for your silly toys. We'll beat you up if you don't hand it over.
There you go.
I like that one. All right, let me ask you guys sort of an opposite here. Where does Christmas wrapping by the Waitresses come up on the list?
For me,
the Waitresses. I like that song.
Yeah, I love that song. It's a great song.
Like
all right. And how about McCartney? Wonderful Christmas Time.
Wonderful Christmas Time's up there. I do like that. It's on.
I like it. Like
Christmas
the first
playlist.
2 times I hear it. On the 28th and 32nd, I'm sick of it. But it's better than Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's true.
The
that's
80s,
true.
I think the three Christmas songs from the 80s that scream 80s would be the Waitresses, Paul McCartney, and would also be Wham! Last Christmas.
Yeah,
Which there's been 75,000 remakes of it.
Right.
Taylor Swift did one too.
Yeah, and I'm going to say "Fairy Tale of New York" by the Pogues, and a shout out to the recently deceased Shane MacGowan. That's a great song. It's been covered by a lot of people, and great song.
What about Run DMC?
Christmas in Hollis.
Christmas in Hollis.
Yeah. Oh, there's
within Die Hard.
There's yeah, that's right. There's
again
Curtis Blow rapping Christmas.
Rapping Christmas, yeah.
Which wasn't very good.
No.
I don't think it was all right.
Yeah.
Oh, and 2,000 Miles, Pretenders.
Yes.
That's a really beautiful song.
That's a good song. I was also gonna ask you both real quick. What's your favorite holiday cocktail?
It's not eggnog.
Some alcohol, maybe some little bit of Coke and a couple Advil.
Rum,
I have no
Coke,
idea.
Advil. There you go.
I'm not a special holiday cocktail person.
It wasn't part of it. I'm just asking you. It wasn't.
What are some classic holiday cocktails?
Well, the reason I just popped up in my mind, I did a holiday cocktail show on Friday night last week.
Obviously,
with Samurai and
eggnog is yours.
Eggnog. I did a cranberry old fashioned with cinnamon and clove, simple sugar that I made. It was pretty good. Wasn't too sweet. Used cranberry bitters. It was.
How about a dirty snowman?
Dirty snowman. There you go.
I don't even know what that is, but I've always liked the name of that.
Sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
I could have sworn you said the S in snowman. I could have sworn you're going to say Sanchez.
I think it's pretty close. Actually, I think it's kind of sweet and desserty at Dirty Snowman, but I can't remember. I think it's just like hot cocoa. It's spiked. But...
Well, hot buttered rum is always good too.
Yeah.
Or hot cider. You can put
hot cider.
Alcohol in that. That's very
mold spice wine.
Mm-hmm.
Everclear. Couple shots of Everclear.
Everclear with the reindeer.
No, if there's one, it's eggnog with bourbon in it. But yeah, any of those others. They're hot cider, hot mold.
Santa's asshole.
Is that another one?
Not yet, son.
It's a bit nutty.
Well, I don't know about that. Spicy.
Oh, okay. All right. Here's the list from the Spruce Eats. You have eggnog,
jingle juice,
jingle juice,
wassail.
Wassail, yep.
What is that? Brandy or sherry with rum and beer?
Rudolph's rum.
Different. Hot buttered rum. Tom and Jerry, which is warm milk with brandy and rum.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. A hot toddy.
Mm-hmm. Which
mold wine.
Mold wine.
Mm.
It's actually good.
So it's not mold. I always thought it was mold.
It's mold.
Like
M-U-L-L-E-D.
wine, like really old wine they left open or something.
Mold wine, yeah.
Mold.
M-U-L-L-E-D. Mold.
I was today old before I knew it was mold. Oh, how about this one? A Christmas tradition in Scandinavian countries,
Glog.
similar to mulled wine and wassail.
Crumpus.
Glog.
Creme.
Glog, yeah.
Glog.
Yeah. There's a beer out there from Southern Tier. It's 2 Xmas. It's a beer take on Scandinavian Glog. So it's actually pretty
Cardamom pods
good.
are added to a spice mix, almonds and raisins as a garnish, spiced rum or brandy with red wine, a touch of vodka. Oh, that actually sounds pretty good.
Yeah, Glog is pretty good.
Glog.
Sure.
Or is it glug? What's the 2 dots? It looks like an umlaut over the O.
Glug. Yeah.
So it's glug.
Glug.
And a brandy Alexander.
There you go.
And a poinsettia. Orange liqueur, cranberry juice, and champagne. There you go. That might be the one for me right there.
What is it? Cranberry
Orange
juice,
liqueur, cranberry juice, and champagne.
Champagne, yeah, that's a poinsettia,
yeah.
There you go.
I do like champagne. But you can't drink a lot of like straight champagne.
No, you can't. It's like, yeah. After a while, it tastes
but you mix it with some sugary juices and orange liqueur, and
you're good to go.
I think you're set to go.
There you go. Cool. All right. Pete, do we have an over-under?
We do have an over-under.
Ready.
Let me pull up my notes here. And we're going to actually talk some sports when we talk about the over-under.
Wow, we're bringing sports into the show? What is that?
I know, sorry.
This is my favorite show, with the exception of 1 or 2 stupid sports things I've got in there. I learned what is it? Diamond Dick Bowl?
Diamond
Dickhead Bowl?
Diamond Head Bowl.
Diamond Head Bowl. Diamond Dick Bowl.
I'm not even sure that actually exists. I think you made that up.
No, I didn't. It exists.
All right, so we were talking about quarterbacks, I think a couple weeks ago, and it's been it seems like everybody's getting hurt, and there have been some trades and this and that. So I did not have time to do the math for week 15. However, the over-under tonight is how many teams had a different quarterback starting under center week 14 than they did opening day. So again, not exclude this past week, but up through week 14.
So opening day, okay. So opening
day, they had one guy.
So that could maybe isn't a starter.
They had somebody else starting.
Somebody else starting
under center. And the over-under...
Hold on one second. Quick question for you.
Yes.
I was typing, unless you just said this while I was typing. Sorry about that. If a team had a different quarterback starting, say, week 3 through 8, and then the starter is back for week 9 and is still starting in week 14, that doesn't count, right? It's
this 14. Is only week 14. The same person started week 1 who started week 14, or is it a different person?
Doesn't matter what happened the 12 games in between.
Nothing else in between matters.
All right.
Just how many teams had a different guy starting under center week 14 than they had on week 1.
Fair enough.
And the over-under is 10.5.
10.5.
Well,
so on week 14, 2 games ago, how many teams had a different guy starting under center?
Okay, so but it's not if they had somebody different before week.
Doesn't matter.
So like say somebody started on week 1, got hurt, but was back for week 14. That doesn't count as well.
That would be the same person. Yep. That has to be different people. And it could be from injury. It could be from a trade. It could be.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I couldn't even tell you who started this week. How many teams are there? 32.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
John, why don't you go first?
I'm going to go under.
I'm going to go under 10.5.
Yep.
All right, Johnny's.
I'll tell you what. Before you give me the answer, I'll tell you why I went under.
Okay. Harry, do you agree? Again, this was not this past week, but on week 14 games.
Week 14, right here.
It's 10.5.
10.5.
I'm going to go under. I think it's 9 or 10 is the answer.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure it's 9 or 10. I'm pretty sure it's 10, but it's 9 or 10.
All right. So, before I give you the answer, what did you want to say, John?
Just what I said.
Oh, it's 9, 10. Do you want me to give you the number and then tell you who, or read them off and then give you the number?
Read them off.
Option C, give us the number.
All right. So, wait. Did I just say the opposite thing?
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm not going to do either.
No, just give us the number and don't read off any of them.
No, read them off.
All right. So we had
talk about each team. He's just going to read them.
Yeah, no. We had Cincinnati with Mr. Browning instead of Mr. Burrow.
Mm-hmm.
We had Cleveland,
Yeah.
Joey Flax instead of Mr. Watson. We had Drew Lock filling in for the flu-ridden Geno Smith.
Mm-hmm.
We had someone other than Aaron Rodgers for the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
We had Mr. Dobbs in for Mr. Cousins.
Mm-hmm.
Did he? Wait, he didn't start this week.
No, this was
week 14 last week.
Okay.
2 weeks ago.
How about the Patriots?
I'm getting down the list.
Oh, okay.
We had Tommy the Wonderful in for Danny Dimes.
Mm-hmm.
We had Will Levis in for he's no Ryan Tannehill.
I might have missed him in my.
I missed that, so it's over. So it's over.
We had Trubisky in for Mr. Pickett.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
We had,
I didn't have Atlanta either.
We had Gardner Minshew instead of Anthony Richardson, who I think got hurt like week 3. We had Zappy in for Mac and Cheese.
Mm-hmm.
We had Aiden O'Connell in for Jimmy G. And we had Kyler Murray filling in for Dobby.
I counted him as a week 1 starter because he's their starter. Never mind. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's over. Yeah. It's 12.
So it's 12. Yeah. That's a lot, man.
And I'm changing mine over.
Yeah.
That's changing to over. So that would have been tough. Like, this is not something.
And if you counted this week, did Goff play this week for Detroit?
No, he's out.
He's out
for the rest of the season, right?
So that was another one that we.
Yeah, that was another one, and I think there was one other one. I don't remember. I think somebody else.
Minnesota. Tampa? No. Yeah. Tampa? Yeah, because.
But no.
No, it's Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield, yeah.
New Orleans? No.
No.
Carolina was the same. Yeah. So it's actually 13 now.
Could be 13, yeah.
Now, yeah. But
the Dobbs one was weird because he was the fill-in for Minnesota, but he was the starter in Arizona.
Right.
So that was kind of
a quarterback was a starter, but just on a different team.
On a different team, right? Yeah. Yeah, that really threw a wrench into it. And this is not like this is hard to. That's why I don't have it for the week 15 because like you have to go through and look. There's no way. At least I couldn't figure out a search term that would pull up this results.
Right.
Everything comes up as like week 1 starters or fantasy projections, and I'm like, no, who started? You have to go in, look at the schedule, click on each team and look at the stats, who started, who wasn't.
So let's talk about the teams where their starting quarterback has played every game. Tua. So I'll just go through the standings. Miami Dolphins. Tua hasn't played every game, has he?
Yeah,
he has.
Mhm.
Josh Allen.
Pretty sure he has. Yeah, no, he wasn't knocked out at all. Josh Allen has been in every game.
The Jets, obviously a no. New England, obviously a no.
Mhm.
Baltimore didn't what's his name, miss a couple of games?
He missed a couple of games, yeah.
Yeah.
He might have, but he was back by week 14.
All right. So yeah, I'm just saying. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, Steelers 5, Bengals 6, Jacksonville. Surprisingly enough, I can't believe he did not miss a game.
Yeah, when he had the high ankle sprain a couple
I
weeks
thought
ago.
I thought he was gone for the year.
Right.
So what did I say? 1, 2,
Two so far.
3, 4. Well, we got the Jets, New England, Baltimore, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, and Cincinnati.
You got Dallas.
6. Hold on. Indianapolis, yes or no?
No.
No. Houston?
No. Oh yeah.
Yes. 7.
Yeah.
Tennessee? Yes.
Yeah.
8. Kansas City?
Well, you forget about the Titans.
I said
No,
Titans, yes. Titans have not had a
Houston,
quarterback.
Indianapolis, and Jacksonville. Yeah, you said so.
Yes. So
it's
so
only
I got. So I'm just counting how many have. So it's 1, 2, 3,
Three.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
It'd be easier for you to count the teams that don't.
Kansas City, has Mahomes played in every game?
Yes.
Broncos has,
Yep.
Chargers,
Yep.
not now.
No, not now. No, you're wrong.
Nope.
Yeah.
Raiders, no.
Nope.
That's 11. Dallas, yes. Philly, yes. Giants, no, is 12. Commanders, no, 13.
Mm-hmm.
Detroit, no. 15. Vikings,
Green Bay.
no. 16. Green Bay.
Hold on, Green Bay, yeah.
Yeah. Chicago, yes.
No.
Okay, that's 17. Tampa.
Baker Mayfield played in every game, yeah.
Yes. Atlanta.
Didn't they
No.
bench Ritter
They
for
benched
a
Ritter at
game
one
or
point,
something?
Yeah, so it's 18. New Orleans, no.
Mm-mm.
That's 19. Carolina.
No, CJ, Bryce Young.
Bryce has been there. San Francisco, no. That's 20. The Rams, no. Stafford missed a couple games, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's 21. Seattle, has
Nope.
Geno been? No. 22. Nope. And Arizona, 20. So 23 teams have
more than one quarterback.
More than one quarterback.
Yeah. So that's nine teams have only 9 teams in the league have had their starting.
Well, thanks for ruining the over or under for 2 weeks from now.
Well, it might change.
True.
That's true. It could be different. It could be different, but it could be 31.
Could be 31. Yeah. One team has had this. Yeah, you never know. It's true.
But just Bryce Young.
Exactly. All right. All right. I think we're good. So what do you?
I can't believe I got both of you.
You got both of us. First time you did that. You got both of us.
That was a weird category, though.
Yeah,
I was trying to count in my head without. I was trying to look at it.
Yeah, I completely forgot about
it.
Yeah, it's hard to. It took a lot of time to actually figure it out, looking at the numbers. So I knew that would be difficult to.
So, all right. What are you two gents doing for Festivus and Christmas Eve and Christmas Day and all?
Whole lot of nothing, I hope.
Whole lot of nothing. Just hanging out, relaxing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gonna order a whole cheese pizza just for you?
No.
I am. The wife and kids are at Radio City tonight.
I thought you were gonna say Radio Shack.
Yeah, they're at Radio. Well, that's if only they still existed.
I wish they did.
That's my favorite Christmas song. Is Christmas at Radio Shack.
So I don't know.
The Beastie Boys song, isn't it?
I might get a little Domino's or something for dinner, and
there you go.
Tonight,
it's when my wife is not around. We order if we're ordering food, we get stuff that she doesn't like as much.
Right. If you get it then,
like,
get your fill of
we're
it
like,
then.
yeah, let's get halal because mom's out with her friends tonight or something. So
Yeah, yeah.
So I'll
So
eat
that's
something
tonight she's out, or on Christmas she's going to be there?
No, tonight.
Tonight. Yeah.
The rest of the time we'll be spending with
I mean, it's
my
12:30
in-laws.
there, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's only what's your
10:30?
watch? Yeah, it's only
No,
it's only 9
like-
o'clock, quarter after
yeah,
9.
yeah.
Uh,
So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll get one of those pizzas that I like
There
the
you go.
eggplant ricotta or something like that. Or maybe I'll get the stuffed meat lovers pizza.
There you go. There you go.
get
That's Harry's favorite.
eggnog pizza.
Yeah, eggnog pizza.
And I'll chase it with a quart of eggnog
That's
straight
right.
from the container.
Drink it right from Krampus's ass.
Just all over you.
Yeah.
You gotta love it. Oh.
You like Bluto in Animal House with the
That's
mustard
right.
or whatever, the paint, whatever it was.
Mustard. It was
Right.
mustard. You gotta love
Yep, that's what I do when my family goes
it.
out.
Nice.
Yeah, we got stuff going on Friday and Saturday, on Sunday,
Yeah.
on Monday, Tuesday, following Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, so a bunch. So it'll be fun.
Although I'm kind of, to be honest, kind of like Thanksgiving. My wife's brother-in-law, he had the COVID, so we all stayed in our separate homes, and that was nice and quiet.
He had the
It wouldn't be
COVID.
terrible if that
You
happened.
say that.
again.
You say that like you're 80. He had to stay home. He had the COVID.
He had the COVID.
Well, he felt fine, but
Yeah.
we couldn't, we
He
couldn't
felt
risk
fine.
He
exposure.
was asymptomatic.
Yeah, but it's my
He was
mother, my
hydromatic.
mother and father-in-law.
He was
My mother and father-in-law
He was grease
could not
COVID.
afford to get COVID, so we couldn't go.
I went right to the same place.
COVID, the musical.
COVID lightning, you're burning up the quarter mile.
Grease COVID, go grease COVID.
Take a turn. All right.
But it wouldn't be terrible to have that happen.
His mask was off.
His mask is off. Oh,
He's not.
he's
never
got a
vaxxed.
cough.
His mask is off.
His
He's
mask
got
is
a cough.
off.
He's unvaxxed, yeah.
I'm
Voted for
instantly
Trump and
transported
he
back.
thinks the world is flat.
I'm instantly
Grease
transported.
COVID, go grease COVID.
I'm instantly transported back 40 years, sitting recording songs in my parents' basement.
Okay. Yeah.
I gotta love it.
Yeah.
All right. On that note. All right. Well, on that note, we will wrap the show up for today.
Oh, we're still recording?
We're still going. We want to thank everybody for watching, and for those of you just listening to the audio podcast, thanks for listening. Don't forget to visit our website, www.getonwithitpodcast.com. That's getonwithitpodcast.com. And please remember, like us and follow us on all of our social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Just search for the Get On With It podcast. Excuse me. And of course, all of our shows are available on YouTube as well on the Logger Room channel. Remember, we go live with a video podcast on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, which is now X, and Twitch every Wednesday night around 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. And for those of you who just want to listen to the audio podcast, you can do so on our audio host, Spreaker, as well as iHeartRadio, Apple Podcast, Spotify, Odyssey, Audible, Google Podcast, Amazon Music Podcast, TuneIn, Podcast Addict, Castbox, Deezer, Podchaser, Raphonic, pretty much anywhere you can find an audio podcast, you will find the Get On With It Sports Podcast. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to one or more of those feeds and you will never miss a show. Again, thanks for following along with us. Have a great rest of your week. Have a wonderful weekend. Have a great Festivus, a great Christmas Eve, a great Christmas. Have a happy New Year, folks. We won't be on next week. We're taking a week off for the rest of the year. We'll be on. We'll talk to you next year, folks. Enjoy the holidays. Enjoy yourself. Be safe. Be happy. Happy and safe and healthy New Year too. And we will talk to you in 2024. Cheers, folks.
Woo! Start the year off. What's the one to be back? The 3rd, January 3rd?
The 10th. The 10th.
10th? Okay.
10th. January 10th. So, yeah, 3
It's
weeks.
going to be all AI next year. We
It's
won't
gonna
even be around.
It's just gonna be, we're gonna phone it in. The computer's gonna put together, and you can ask us. We'll answer you, but it's actually gonna be the computer.
There's nobody listening, John. Other than,
Well, no, there's plenty of people.
David Scardino is not a real person. We made him up just
We
so
made
it
him-
looked like
He's
somebody
AI, right?
We made up an AI fan, so we're going to give that AI fan an AI show.
We're going to try to get Tommy Cutlets on as our first guest of the new year.
Oh, we'll definitely have him
If
on.
we can't, we'll definitely be able to get his agent.
We'll get both of them. It'll be good. It'll be fun. Anyway.
All right. Bye-bye.
Folks, have a great Christmas. Have a great New Year. Have a great hope you had a great Hanukkah last week. If you celebrate whatever you celebrate, have a great holiday and have a happy, safe, and healthy New Year. And we will talk to you next year, folks. Take care. Cheers.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Choice Kwanzaa.
See you next year.
Oh.